Peace, y'all. Peace, peace, peace. So, in this video, I'm gonna be talking about 3 different segments here. All right. I guess I had a couple of different things to talk about, so I'll just combine them in one video, so it's not too long. All right. Now, the first thing I'm going to discuss is going to be serpent worship. Okay. Now, this led me to look into after I watched the movie The Ninth Gate, okay, where Johnny Depp had a conversation with the woman that was in hold of the book, one of the books, The Ninth Gate, all right? Now, she mentioned a quote that involved a lot of celebrities and high-paying, high-ranking elitists, right? Now, I did some research and I was able to find another group or organization that went by the same, not the same name, but similar. All right. Now, she mentioned the group was called the Order of the Silver Serpent, okay, which is actually fictional. All right. But in reality, there is a group with this same name, okay, and they go by the Slaves of the Silver Serpent. All right. Now, I'm going to discuss serpent worship and where it derived from. All right. And then I'm going to go into the whole cult and organization of serpent worship. All right. So it says, in mythology, the serpent symbolizes fertility and procreation, wisdom, death, and resurrection due to the shedding of its skin, which is not akin to rebirth. And in the earliest schools of mysticism, the symbol of the word was the serpent, all right? The light that appeared was metaphorically defined as a serpent called kundalini, coiled at the base of the spine to remain dormant in an unawakened person, all right? Divinity or awakening one's godhood and latent abilities came with the rituals and teachings brought by the serpent people, all right? So when we see Adam and Eve being seduced by the serpent, all right, this is a clear indication that that serpent is a representation of giving wisdom, all right? Now, you're going to see a lot of your favorite celebrities that are into serpent worship, all right? But they'll never tell you this, but this is the fact of the matter, all right? Now, let's get into the organization, which is called the Slave of the Silver Serpent, all right? Now, this is not the original cult that derived from serpent worship, all right? But I want to give you guys an aspect on how these organizations took place. So the Order of the Silver Serpent, okay, which is also known as the Slaves of the Silver Serpent, all right, is an organization that held pagan-like festivals in 1859, all right, up until 1910. All right, now they derived in Denver, Colorado, all right, and they had a lot of wealthy people involved here, all right. They were one of the first people that created the newspapers in Denver, Colorado, right? Now, one of its many founders by the name of David H. Moffat, who was a wealthy banker and controlled the railroad system, right? He was actually one of the few people that learned about mining, all right? Now, silver mining, I should say. Now, before the U.S. Congress passed the Greenback Law in 1862, silver and gold were actually a form of payment, all right? There was no such thing as paper back then or paper money back then. People just exchanged silver and gold, all right? So now with them having this sort of power, these people were very wealthy this way, all right? And once the U.S. Congress came along and passed a bill for the greenback paper, they lost their power, okay? Now, during these festivals that they would have, okay, they were practicing in a lot of rituals, all right, which was actually sacrifices that they would make, all right, and they would often fornicate with each other as well, all right. Now, all they were doing this for was to please the serpent that they worshiped, all right. As you can see here, they are representing a dragon. Now, dragon is also a representation of the serpent as well. So when we see this here, this lets us know that these two things go hand in hand. Now, like I said, they stopped the festivals in around 1912 due to the fact that they weren't able to raise enough money, all right? And a lot of the practices that they were doing around this time were against humanity. So people were kind of like fed up with it. You know, Christianity was starting to take a rise, and people were just not going along with this, all right? They weren't going along with this. So like I said, you're going to see a lot of your famous celebrities, right, practicing serpent worship in front of your eyes, all right? This is what I'm saying. It lets you know that these people know exactly what they're doing as far as with their cult and mysticism, okay? None of this stuff is by coincidence. All of these people know exactly what they're participating in, all right? And they have their day to pay for it, all right? All right, now I want to talk about the reason why a lot of celebrities die gruesomely in plane crashes and car crashes. All right, now some may say, oh, this is just, you know, it's a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? It's just a possibility that you know, these people could have gone out this way. All right, because we know that planes and cars are man-made, right? And they're bound to malfunction. But the list of celebrities, all right, it's a lot of people, okay? It's a lot of people that went out this way, right? You had people like John F. Kennedy Jr., Aaliyah, Patsy Cline, John Denver, Kobe Bryant, Troy Gentry, all right, Princess Diana, Lisa Left Eye Lopez. So many people have went out through plane crashes or car crashes. Now, I'm going to explain something to you guys. Every last person that I named has some sort of history or knowledge of the occult, okay? Like I've always explained it to you guys, there's no way you're going to get in the business without participating in these things, all right? So when you see somebody come up in the industry, you better believe someone next to them or close to them informed them about some occultic knowledge, all right? Now, let's take Kobe Bryant, for example, right? Now, Kobe Bryant died pretty gruesomely, and I'm going to be respectful, but he died pretty gruesomely, right? They said a few of his body parts were scattered all over the woods, right? Now, a lot of you may know this, a lot of you may not know this, but Kobe Bryant actually had a workout routine that consisted of the number 666, all right, where he would work out for 2 hours on each thing. Now, I'm gonna just say this: when people create these patterns, they know exactly what they're doing. It's to worship that God, all right? We all know that he named himself the Black Mamba, okay, which is a snake, all right? Back to that serpent worship right there, right? But his workout routine that consisted of 666, all right, lets us know that he knew exactly what the occult consisted of, all right? Now, on his 666 game, all right, he scored the most points, all right, on his team, which was actually 66% of the team scoring points, and he scored 81 points, all right, 81 points. So, you know, he knew the whole concept of following this doctrine, okay? Now, when Kobe Bryant met his demise beforehand, he was actually on the verge of going against pharmaceutical companies that produce opioids, okay? Now, when you do this, right, it's the same thing that happened with Dr. Sebi. You go against these pharmaceutical companies, and you know, you have to understand you're fighting a bigger demon here, all right? Now this stuff involves money, lots of money. Pharmaceutical companies are big business, all right? But now when Kobe Bryant decided to go against these things, to fight against them, they took this as a slap in the face. Okay, now some would say that the powers that be took him out, you know, and replaced Kobe Bryant with LeBron James, okay, and made him the new poster child for the Lakers, right? But like I said, when these people participate in a lot of this stuff, they know what they get themselves into, okay, and they start to have doubts and want to backtrack and try to fix things, all right, but the damage has already been done, all right. Same thing with Aaliyah, all right. Before she passed, she actually played in a movie called The Queen of the Damned, all right. Now we all know what the word damned means, right? Cursed, all right. So she was actually she basically played in a movie where it said Queen of the Cursed, all right, not knowing that she actually cursed herself by playing this part. And you know, nobody's an exception to any of these practices that are done, all right. So yeah, guys, just be careful with that one.
Now, you've heard of the Illuminati.
Yes.
For young,
I'm big into the Illuminati.
Are you really?
So
No.
All right, so now I want to show you guys something, and may blow your mind, but a lot of our favorite politicians are involved in some type of satanic behavior. All right, I've showed you guys the administrator of Joe Biden's vaccine. He's actually into Satan worship. All right.
I don't care if you think I'm Satan reincarnated.
Now, this was a U.S. Senate candidate, okay, but he actually exposed a lot that goes on in politics, okay, what a lot of these people do to win these political races here, all right. So this guy by the name of Augustus Saul Invictus, all right, actually admitted to sacrificing a goat and drinking its blood, all right. Now I want you to pay attention to his middle name, all right. Now Saul is the sun god, all right. A lot of people don't know that this right here is some Illuminati shit right here, but I'm just gonna keep it going and focus on what he said, and I'm gonna break this down for you. Now he says here, he says, I did sacrifice a goat. I know that's probably a quibble in the mind of most Americans, he said. I sacrificed the animal to the god of the wilderness. Yes, I drank the goat's blood, okay? Now, I'm gonna get into this real quick, but he also went on a fasting period where he walked from Central Florida to the Mojave Desert and spent the week fasting and praying. All right. At times he didn't think he would survive in a pagan ritual to give thanks. When he returned home, he killed the goat and drank its blood. I mean, this is crazy. But when he says that he sacrificed the animal to the god of the wilderness, right? That god that he sacrificed that animal to is Azazel. Okay. Now, Azazel is to the Jewish community or a lot of Hebrew Israelites, Azazel is actually a positive deity. All right. Now they sacrifice animals on Yom Kippur, all right, to this god Azazel. But in Christianity form, Azazel is considered the devil. All right. So you see how they play with that right there. All right. And you guys, that's why I said you guys got to be very careful with a lot of this stuff and doctrines that people pick up. Right. Now, when they do this, they believe that this god Azazel is a protector. Okay, he is a protector. But you know, to be all honest with you, this stuff is demonic, in my opinion. It's all demonic. All right, so sacrificing a goat and drinking his blood is crazy enough. But yeah, I won't go any further. So peace and blessings, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be answering y'all requests. I'm going to probably do another video on Wednesday and get a lot of this stuff done. All right. Yeah, peace.